Have you ever noticed that the makeup techniques that we used in our 20s and in our 30s suddenly stop looking flattering after 50? Yeah, me too. Today, I'm showing you how I create a soft, natural makeup look that enhances mature skin instead of aging it. The key is using less product, strategic placement, and techniques that lift and brighten the face. So are you ready? Let's get started. Step one has to do with skin prep. Skin prep is the key. Natural makeup over 50 really starts with the skin. I cannot preface that enough. Heavy foundation sits on dry texture and fine lines, so I focus on hydration and glow first. So let's talk about skin prep and skincare. The moisturizer that I really have been enjoying lately is the Olay Super Cream. It has a sunscreen in it, has an SPF of 30, but I still put another sunscreen on top of this, but is just very luxurious feeling. I already have some on my face, so I'm not going to keep layering, but this is what it looks like. Just it's thick, but it goes on so well and it just hydrates so well. This just sinks right into the skin and it doesn't sit heavy on the skin at all. I do not like those kinds of moisturizers, and this is not one of them. And it goes on very well under makeup. The next thing is sunscreen. I've been using Summer Fridays. This is one of the ones I've been using. It is the Broad Spectrum 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. Let me shake it up a little bit. And this is what this looks like. Again, I already have that on my face. So, well, you can always use more sunscreen, right? This is just a wonderful product. Sinks in, doesn't sit, certainly doesn't leave any sort of cast on your skin. Just very beautiful, and it plays well with my other makeup complexion products. So that's a win-win. Broad spectrum is better. It is covering more of the UV rays that we need to be protected from. So always choose broad spectrum, and we at least need to have 30 on our skin. And you would think I put 30 in the moisturizer and 30 in the sunscreen. I don't realize exactly how this works, but it's not an added. You don't get 60 just because you put 30 and 30, but still, I always layer more sunscreen, even if my moisturizer has a sunscreen in it. Okay, let me talk about a couple of other products that are options for you. This is the Timeless 20% Vitamin C Ferulic Acid Serum, Vitamin E Serum. This is a great serum as well. It helps build collagen, and it just is a wonderful brightener, as well as the brightening serum by Tatcha. This is very lightweight. It's just like you're putting water on your skin. Look at that. And it doesn't dry down oily or anything like that. It's just very hydrating. I'll show you the Timeless one as well on this hand. Yeah, pretty much the same consistency, very runny. But again, it's not over drying, it's not, and it's not oily. This does not feel like an oil slick at all. It just absorbs quickly. Another mistake that many of us make has to do with our foundation. We are putting on way too much foundation, and I am guilty of it as well. So layers is the key. And I don't go right in with my foundation anymore. What I do is I go in with a lighter skin tint. This is by Jane Iredale. It is called the Hydro Pure Tinted Serum. This is in light 2. And I put this on my skin so that I can start evening out my skin tone even before putting on foundation. I find I use less foundation when I use a skin tint. I wish this is all I could use, and if I were maybe at the beach or at a pool or something, this would satisfy. For me, this isn't giving me enough coverage. I have a lot of imperfections in my face with brown spots and melasma and things of that nature, and I just don't feel comfortable, just for me. So I just need this extra, I'm saying an extra layer, but really it isn't, because I use way, way, way less foundation when I put this on. Next, instead of making my foundation do all the heavy lifting, dark spots, I cover them before with a concealer before I even go in with my foundation. Again, I find I use less foundation when this step is done. So I just go in with a brush. This is a pot concealer by NARS. I also have the Clay to Pose stick that I like to use. You can go right in. Perhaps it's a little softer to use a brush, and you can be more accurate with what you want to hit there. But this makes a big difference as well when you're wanting to get a more natural look to your complexion. I also forgot to mention that I have the Tatcha's Kiss You mask on my lips. Absolutely love this. It's a little lip treatment while I am doing the rest of my makeup. And oh my gosh, this is so luxurious feeling, so smoothing. Chef's kiss. Love it. So the key is we want our skin to still look like skin, right? I've been getting wonderful, wonderful results with this formula right here, the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I have probably, I don't know, 30 plus foundations, probably more. This right here is competing with the best ones that I own. This is a wonderful formulation. And something is so strange. Less is more. Remember, we want our skin to look like skin. The key thing is to start in the center of our face and work our way out in very, very thin layers. Okay. What I was going to say, I remember. The thing is, I'm not crazy about it when I first put it on for some reason. It doesn't wow me. But within an hour of wearing this, I'm looking at my skin and I think, wow, like this really is doing a good job. I really like it. So I know that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know exactly why it's not hitting me in the beginning. I think it looks heavier when I first put it on my skin and I'm tapping it in. It looks maybe a little bit heavier, and once it settles in, it just lays so nicely. But look at that, how that is covering. And you can't really even tell, very, very natural looking. You can't even tell that I have makeup on. This is a natural glam, folks. We are finding it right here. Still have to go down the neck. Don't forget the ears. Things like that will really make this stand out, and not in a good way. Okay, I am just going to hit it just one more time. Very, very thin. This is a buildable, hydrating formula. It says it has hibiscus complex in it. I'm loving how brands are putting active ingredients, active skincare ingredients in their products nowadays. It's very helpful. Sorry for the dog barking. I'm going to stop there. And, you know, this popped up again. Just kind of go back to it. Don't make it ever overly apparent. So much glow. Very nice. I'm loving this. And we really want to be using cream products. Cream products on mature skin are much more flattering. They just kind of melt into the skin, and the skin and the product just becomes one. So highly, highly recommend all products to be cream products. The natural look does not have a heavy contour look. You can use some bronzer. I'm going to use the Lumi Bronze by L'Oreal, just very softly, just to create a little bit of definition, but we're not going to go overboard. But I do want to show you how this bronzer performs. I'm pretty happy with it. I love this brush. Look at how it has this angle. This is it's called Flat Angle. I don't even know the brand. This is a very, very old brush. But the natural glam look, if you will, just looks very effortless. Doesn't look overly done, not overly polished. Very simple. I think we're all craving to get back to that, right? Just a simpler way of doing our makeup, not so many. Well, this has steps, but they're not overly complicated. I'm not gonna contour. I'm not gonna do my nose right now. Just putting a little bit of color on my cheeks, and again, using bronze or using the cream melts into my skin. Okay, concealer. I'm going to use Sarah Creel. I've said this on my videos before. I've been using Huda Beauty for probably 5+ years, and that was my holy grail. This is my new holy grail. This is absolutely phenomenal, but we don't need a lot. Let's not do the heavy triangle anymore if we can help it. You can still, I have a blue U here. You can still go in with a light, I don't have it right here, a light peachy skin corrector if you would like. Just put a little bit in the inner eye, just a touch. Upper eye. I should have saved this till after my eye makeup. We'll make do. You can pretty much go right in with dabbing out this concealer. It's not really slippery. It's not going to slip and slide all over the place. Yeah, I definitely should have done eye makeup first. I don't, because I always use my concealer to swipe upwards and bring my eyeshadow look up. I don't want to have to do that again here, because light layers are the key. But we'll figure something out. When we use powder, be very strategic with our powder. I'm going to use e.l.f. Halo Glow. Take a small powder brush, tap it in. Always tap off so you're not putting more product on there than you need. And just very lightly set that. This adds to the glowiness underneath your eye and sets the concealer at the same time. Okay, let's go back to the eye. I always do my eyeshadow first. I don't know why I went right into complexion products, but Okay, so eyeshadow, again, very simple, almost perhaps a one and done. It doesn't have to be to still get a natural look, but let's see where our palette takes us. What am I going to use here? I'll use Natasha Denona. I'm going to use this shade right there. That bad boy. About. I have hooded eyes, so I keep my eyes open for a majority of the application. But I'm not going to be putting shimmer, so I'm going to go right ahead and just go all out here. Beautiful. This is just a nice wash of color across the eye. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put primer on my eye. My eyeshadows always go on so much better with eye primer or a little bit of concealer. Goodness, what is up with me today? When I take one thing out of step, my flow is off. Or what made you look into this look? Are you feeling the same way, that you are just tired of looking? Or maybe you don't wear makeup at all, and this is where you want to start. This is your starting point. Just want something natural. That's wonderful. Tell me below. I want to get to know you guys. I'm creating community here. It's not just me. And if you're getting anything out of this at all, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. I'm going to be posting more material to help us with mature makeup and skincare. I do a lot of research, and I want to pass that information on to you. Been wearing makeup for over 30 years. Have a certification as a makeup artist. The Online Makeup Academy out of New York. So I do have some experience. I'm not, am I a master? No. But I like to think that I know what I'm doing. Not everything. But if I don't know the answer, I know who to go to. So here is our eyeshadow look. With the eyeliner. And I usually put a darker color on the outer side, outer edge of my eye to create depth. I could still do that, and it could still look very natural, like I said, but I think for right now, I'm going to leave it out. It's already looking a little dark on that side. All right. Gonna go in with Sarah Creel's Everyday Taupe and Tightline. Urban Decay is a wonderful eyeliner. Elf has a wonderful eyeliner products. This just glides so effortlessly. Waterproof, sweatproof, bulletproof. Proofs in the pudding. Okay. I don't go all the way across on my bottom lid. I go about a quarter of the way. Top all the way. Eyes are watering just a little. I'm sorry, they're dry. My contacts are sticking. This is not for everybody. If you have sensitive eyes, please do not attempt. Just darkening the lid. We start losing pigment everywhere as we mature. And 2, the perfect eye is the almond eye. And truly that's what we're trying to create here when we're putting this darkness in the outer corners and the, you know, less as we move in, we're creating more of that almond shape. Okay. You can either even go back in and our smudge brush, go in with that transition shade again and just kind of swipe it here. Again, nothing overly done, keeping it light. What are we thinking so far? Pretty natural, huh? All right, so let's move on to cream blush. And today I would like to use Merit. One is Persimmon. Is that option? Let's see. Actually, this is too pink. I don't want to use that. This is Stockholm, but this is too pink. Let's use the Persimmon. That is very beautiful. I don't recommend going straight in, especially with a natural look. So put it on the back of your hand and take a blush brush. And placement is key. Very high on the cheekbones. We place our blush very high. Any lower, we run the risk of making our face look droopy and less defined. Especially I have a rounder face, so I really do enjoy contouring for that reason. But I also enjoy the blush placement because it looks like I have higher cheekbones. It takes the roundness out. When I start contouring right here, it takes this lack of definition kind of out. Giving ourselves a nice wash of color on our face. Nice watercolor effect. Across our nose a little bit. Don't be afraid to go up here. This is adding to the cohesiveness of our look. When we start just placing piece by piece, it starts looking piecey. So pulling it all together is blending it all around this area, okay? Don't be afraid to do that. Liquid or cream blushes. NARS has beautiful liquid blushes. ELF has beautiful liquid blushes. But if you're looking for a natural look and you have mature skin, liquid or cream products. Opens it up a bit. Okay, I have a tendency to go a little blush crazy, so I am going to stop right there. The lights might be dulling it a tad, but if we need to go back in, I will. All right, let's talk about eyebrows for a minute. We don't want to box them in. We want them to look very natural. So a good start is to fluff them up, get them all lying in the same direction, and sometimes I take them in the opposite direction to get them going in the right direction, you know what I mean? So right here especially should be lifted. Well, don't be afraid to use the brow wax, brow lift for a natural look. That's not going to interfere. That's a very translucent product. Okay, so I do not recommend boxing, like I said, but just kind of giving yourself that arch back. Make sure you have a soft tail, thin tail. I'll go in with another product here in a second to make some very feathery-like strokes, but I'm just giving ourselves a map here. All right, I think that's all I'm going to do with the pencil. This was by Benefit, the Gimme Brow. I'm going to go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch. It's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, so feather strokes. Very light. Try to go a shade lighter than what you are. This may be actually a little too dark for me. I think it's brunette. Soft brown. I'd probably go even a tad lighter than this. You want to go lighter on the eyebrows to make it more natural. I think there's a taupe that would probably be more appropriate. If you want this line to look even thinner, more natural looking, I'll show you what you can do. But emphasizing this arch helps give definition without looking overdone. Okay? Well, I could use this. Let me use this for right now. This is the NYX Brow Glue. I don't like this as much as the e.l.f., but just making sure these are standing at attention here in the front. Are you getting the theme of everything being pushed upwards? As gravity is pulling us down, we're lifting back up. Defying gravity. If you do want to emphasize the tail or make it look very precise, go in with a straight brush. This one's probably even a little too big. I could go back with the same brush that I used before for the concealer. That's how we perfect our tail. And again, flicking up at the end. Oops, I kind of slipped there. Ah! All right, so there are the eyebrows. Lips need to be very natural looking. Let's go in with, this is the new e.l.f. pencil that I just got. It's in, I believe, cinnamon. It's a cream glide lip liner. Cinematic. All right, let me kind of wipe off there. We're overlining just a tad. All right, and we don't want to see the line in a natural look. We just want to kind of change the look of our lip, the color of our lip, and make it just a little bit deeper without doing it heavily. So I think that did the job. Could even go in a little bit more. Overlining gives the appearance of a puffier, poutier lip. All right, let's Well, before I put a final lip product on, let's go to mascara. For a natural look, I do recommend brown as opposed to black. And we can even do light lashes on the end. That still looks natural. Don't be afraid of lashes. Am I saying that right? Complimentary glue. Not my lip glue. That would hurt, wouldn't it? My eye glue. Give ourselves a look of, boy, she looks well rested. Boy, she looks well, healthy. What has she done? Through a makeup tutorial with Glow Up with Kim, how to do natural makeup. That's what she has learned to do. That's what's different. I have this song stuck in my head and I cannot get it out, and I can't even sing it because of copyright, but it is like blaring in my head. I want to sing it so bad. I just want to have fun. We are having fun, but I want to sing my song. All right. I don't think that ruined the natural look. Just made fuller eye look, fuller eyelash look. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Eyelashes on other people a lot easier than I can my own, for some reason. All right. Don't go. I'm going to bring them together by curling them. Mascara in brown. We want to go under and blink, under and blink, under and blink. Bottom you can leave out completely or just do very, very lightly. I don't have my almond oil. Don't do this. If you even want to add some highlight to your eye, this is an Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. You can highlight right under. This adds just some glowiness. Right under the eyebrow, right in the inner eye. See? Isn't that nice? Even here. Boop. Okay. Just to emphasize the eyes a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. And I want to hear your input about mascara color. Are you team black or team brown? Can you comment below? I'd like to know which one that you prefer. I've worn black my whole life. Truly. I have never put a brown mascara on other than when I started this a month ago. So, yep. Does the job. Okay. All right, again for lipstick, something satiny, something pink or peachy, as opposed to dark maroons or dark reds or browns. Let's see, that's too pink. This is an option. This is Milani Matte Naked. What's that? That's like a mauve. I said that really like I was from New York. Mauve. This is, let's do this. This is Spark the Fire. This is by Give. This is Gwen Stefani's brand. It's more of a balm. Look at that. This is perfect for this look. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Really liking it. Okay, for the powder at the end, again, very light, very gentle. I've gotten clear to the end without overdoing it, so let's not blow it now. Take a puff, going into my e.l.f. translucent powder, getting rid of some excess, and then doing my T-zone just around my nose. We're going to leave this alone. I like the brightness. I like the glowiness. Maybe a little through here where I get most oily. If you want to do some light, it's kind of like baking, but it really is kind of raising the cheekbones as well. Highlighting this area up. See how it gave me a slight lift? e.l.f.'s Makeup Mist and Set. Now this I love, but it comes out like a fire hose. So this is it, folks. I want to hear what you have to say below. I want you to tell me what you think of the look. If you're going to try the look, I would love to see pictures. If you try, let's do that. Let's do this look today, or whenever you're watching this, whenever you can, and post in the comments a picture of you doing this. I would love to see that. And let's just all be supportive and tell each other, you know, what we think of the look, and be very nice. Well, this is a nice channel. Be nice. And so yeah, please like if you've gotten anything out of this at all. If you learned anything, please hit the like button. It just takes a second, and it tells me that you like this content. It tells the YouTube algorithm that they should throw out this video more to more people. So, and please subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to be creating more and more content. I'm going to create larger videos at least twice a week, and I just would love for you to be a part of this Glow Up family. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. And the big takeaway for me, now that I have mature skin, is my view on makeup has just changed. I don't use it just to cover things up anymore. I want to really enhance the features that I already have and cover a little bit in just a softer way. So I hope that that is something that you took from this video as well. Let me know below. I would love to hear from you. If there's a tutorial that you want to see on this channel, you'd like for me to do it and show you, please let me know below, and maybe that will be the next one that I do. So I hope you'll take me up on that.